Richard Holloway, you're chairman of the Scottish Arts Council, but as you correctly pointed out, by this time next year it's probably going to come under the title of Creative Scotland. A lot is expected to change, certainly in name, but not necessarily in substance over the next 12 months.
No, because obviously Creative Scotland will be a fusion of the Scottish Arts Council and the Scottish Screen, so everything that those two agencies do will continue to be done, maybe in new ways, and a lot of the planning that's going on in the Scottish Arts Council for the next 2 or 3 years will be the legacy that Creative Scotland inherits. So things like the Book Award will not be tampered with. They'll simply have a different name in the heady notepaper, Creative Scotland. And this particular book award is one of the most significant in Scotland because we've managed to raise quite a lot of money from this new sponsor, which is wonderful. It's one of the biggest awards. We've only just, this is the first year, so it will roll out over the next 3, 4, 5 years and maybe beyond that, but you tend to have to find a new sponsor. But the important thing is that it celebrates the glory of Scottish literature, which is one of our greatest products at the moment and not sufficiently appreciated. So when you bring a prize like this to the borders, people meet these authors, hear how difficult it is doing this kind of work, and therefore we hope will increase their enthusiasm and support for them in future. James Kelman is an enormous figure. I mean, he hasn't been celebrated enough even by his own people. I mean, Gavin Wallace, describing the novel, said that it was a possible, he should be a possible candidate for a Nobel Literature Prize. I mean, this man is writing books that will be read in 100 years. And he's doing it in a very daring and costly way because they're not very commercial books, partly because they require commitment and intensity. But no, Kelman is a great writer by world standards, not simply by Scottish standards. And he's been celebrated before. He won the Booker for an early book, but he hasn't recently, I think, been affirmed enough. So I'm thrilled that tonight he got this big prize. And of course he needs the money. I mean, people forget that. They think that authors must be wealthy because there are a handful of authors who do make a lot of money. Most of them don't.
Now, just to end with, as well as being chairman of the Arts Council, what else have you been up to lately? Because I'm sure I did see you on television, now a one-off BBC comedy drama.
Yeah.
Which a pilot episode, and I'm thinking of one or two other things because you're a very versatile person, very well respected in the arts world. What else have you been up to?
The thing you're talking about was a little television play called Newtown.
Set in the Newtown.
Set in the Newtown, about a couple of gay architects who and a guy gets thrown off a church tower. And I play the part of a rather spooky blind minister in a tiny little cameo role. It's hardly on the screen, and people watched and said, "Is that who I think it is?" Now, it's meant to be the pilot for a series, and whether it will be made as a series, I don't know, because people liked it, but they were a bit puzzled by it, because clearly it was meant to be part 1 of, I don't know, say 8. They want to know who threw the guy off the tower. So if it gets made, we will see that. I'm also guest directing the Edinburgh International Book Festival this year. I'll go on chairing the Arts Council and Scottish Screen until Creative Scotland is born, and then next year I'm looking forward to maybe having a slightly quieter life, unless the TV acting career takes off.